COVID-19 pandemic has stressed healthcare providers to the point that they're doing things that would have been unthinkable just a short time ago. Medical masks are generally disposed of regularly throughout the day. They're rotated. 9 Wants to Know's Kevin Vaughn found out that doctors and nurses are being told to keep using the same mask for an entire shift.
The guidelines are simple. Fit mask snug to face. Then discard in a waste container. But with the COVID-19 pandemic, those rules are now out the window at Colorado hospitals.
We had an opportunity earlier this week to pick the brains of some of the folks on the coasts who are about 10 to 14 days ahead of us.
And the advice Julie Lonborg of the Colorado Hospital Association heard?
Preserve now every piece of personal protective equipment that you can.
Personal protective equipment, or PPE, gloves, gowns, goggles, and masks.
We put that out to all of our hospitals and suggested that everyone preserve. We may have some in our supply chest now. We know that if this continues, we won't.
That led to directives like this one obtained by 9 Wants to Know. 1 mask per employee per shift.
So when faced with the decision of not having any personal protective equipment or reusing it, the better of the two evils is certainly to reuse the equipment.
Better, but not ideal in the eyes of 9 News medical expert Dr. Pyle Coley.
Not having any personal protective equipment or having homemade personal protective equipment is essentially a setup for failure, whereas the risk with reusing equipment is certainly there both to yourself and to your patients, but it's a lot smaller than not having that equipment at all.
I don't think that we believe that it makes them more vulnerable now. I think what we believe is it's going to keep them from being vulnerable on the back end when there's no more PPE.
And no one seems to be able to answer if or when there will be enough equipment to meet the coming demand. Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
State legislators, businesses, and Broncos are teaming up to get gear for hospital workers. On Sunday, they're going to host a supply drive outside Mile High, looking to gather personal protective equipment that's out in the community. You can drop off supplies from noon to 4. They're asking for unopened bottles of hand sanitizer, bleach bottles, bleach wipes, gloves, also any unused goggles, face shields, masks, gowns, or respirator masks.